Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you for taking the time to check out my presentation. Um, what I'm presenting today is a virtual reality tour or experience really designed to cater to historical and social sciences department throughout, middle school and high school curricula and schools themselves. Um, so if you can kind of take a look here, welcome to the Jefferson County Middle School Social Science Department, and please enjoy our virtual reality tour presentation. Uh, Off the problem and objectives, the challenge is middle and high school students consistently underperform in history and social science assessments, suggesting deficiencies in comprehension and retention. As a consequence, this inadequate understanding of historical events and social dynamics may hinder students' ability to engage critically with contemporary issues and make informed decisions. The opportunity is addressing these performance gaps presents an opportunity to enhance students' historical literacy and promote active citizenship. I like to call this time warp journey through history. What it can do is immerse the student and scholar into pivotal historical events using cutting edge VR technology. This is designed typically with a smartphone coupled with some type of VR headset. Um, it's going to engage all the students' senses. VR experience bring history to life, enhancing comprehension and retention. It's also going to foster curiosity and encourage exploration and critical thinking through interactive adventures. And then, of course, learning. It's going to transform the learning. It's going to revolutionize history education with immersive, memorable experiences, or at least hopefully that's the goal. And lastly, ignite passion, sparking interest in history and social sciences, captivating virtual journeys. Problems and objectives continued. Traditional history education methods lack engagement, causing a decline in historical knowledge. We've seen this through testing across the board, especially here in the United States. Students, when compared to other students across the country and across the world, typically lack that retention of historical knowledge and events and social sciences, and even to the point where we really don't know a lot about our civic duties and or rights and things like that. So this is all designed to kind of help with that. Of course, static museum exhibits and lectures throughout class and textbooks fail to ignite students' interest, hindering understanding and retention of historical content. Limited access to historical sites and artifacts restricts students' exposure to immersive learning experiences. And then, of course, passive learning approaches hinder students' critical thinking skills and apply historical knowledge to real-world contexts. Um, the audience, context, and environment here are, the learners are going to be middle and high school students with varying backgrounds and learning styles. The context is the classroom setting with access to smartphones as primary technology devices. We all know that there's a lot of AR and VR devices out there, but the most cost-effective and the most participatory device out there, I think, is going to be a smartphone coupled with some type of headset. And then the environment, educational institutions striving to enhance engagement and learning outcomes through immersive experiences. Um, Being able to be in a classroom setting and then all of the sudden being able to experience the July 20th 1969 lunar landings. It's just something that I think students would remember and be able to immerse themselves into something that is going to get their attention and hopefully help them remember it. The solution here, integration of virtual reality history and social science education. The rationale, utilizing VR provides immersive, interactive, and engaging learning experiences. And then the visuals, images showcasing students using VR headsets in a classroom setting, exploring historical sites and events virtually. Additionally, screenshots of VR applications highlighting historical simulations and interactive content. Imagine being able to put oneself in Oahu, Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, on the morning of December 7th, 1941, on the USS Arizona. These pictures, I think, do a pretty good job of showing what it might be like to have experienced the attack from the Japanese Empire on that morning. And then here we just have a picture of a student, with their headset, being immersed in the VR, AR world. So I think this is something that would really gain the attention of scholars and hopefully lead to more retention. Imagine being able to study or put yourself in a courtroom to argue or study, for instance, the Sixth Amendment to the United States Constitution, which is a right to a speedy trial. We could have things like students arguing back and forth, uh, making arguments for or against this specific amendment. Being able to time and look at, for instance, President Lyndon Baines Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And also, I've included a short little YouTube video for those of you who might be interested. Being able to meet figures like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So these are all things that I think would really help students get their attention, but not only get their attention, but also retain this pertinent information. Again, being able to jump back into the 1930s Great Depression, experience some of the things that maybe your grandparents or great grandparents experienced, things that we take for granted today. So I think this would be a good example. We just have a slide here saying, look, incorporating a VR style headset coupled with smartphones can offer a great deal of benefits for retention of historical information when compared to more traditional environments. We all know how it goes sometimes when the teacher turns the lights off and we all look at a PowerPoint for the next hour. It's not the most fun thing in the world. So being able to incorporate VR, AR type technology would really go a long way, I believe, in showing students a different world, a different perspective. So thank you for stopping by today. I welcome any feedback you might have. Thank you so much.